Hey, it's Andrew Saucy, and in this video I will show you how to create a perfect customer profile and why this is so extremely important. You see, many businessmen and online entrepreneurs, make this mistake and they don't bother to create their perfect customer profile. And this single mistake can not only break or make their marketing campaign, but also their business. It's really that important, and here's why. You see, when you don't have your perfect customer profile, then you target all these wrong people that are not buyers, and you lose money on advertising, and you lose your time preparing or trying to attract these people to your business. And when you attract them, they don't buy. So you don't want to attract the wrong people, people that are not buyers, people who are not right for your business, and you don't want to attract people that you don't want to work with, because that's also possible if you don't know who your perfect customer is. You don't want to be targeting people who are not serious about your business, about achieving their goals, about whatever you're trying to help them out with, because if they are not serious, they will not follow your advice, and they will not achieve anything, and you will only lose your time and money communicating with them, and trying to help them out, but they don't really want to be helped, and that's why you need to target the right audience, people that are responsive, because you will probably have to advertise your business one way or another, because you will have to attract people into your business, onto your website. And if you target the wrong people, then you will lose a lot of money on advertising, on marketing, because these people are not buyers, and your return on investment will be very low, or maybe even negative. And that's not something that you would want. And that's why it's so important that you know who your perfect client is and target only that people, Okay, so how do you create this customer profile? Well, I have created this customer profile template that you can download below this video. And it actually has two parts. It has a basic profile and an emotional profile. And we will start with this basic profile first. So first you need to ask yourself, who is your audience? Who is your perfect client? How old are they? Are they in their 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s? Who are they? How old are they? This is really important because different age groups actually have different needs, and they have different knowledge, because some are more experienced, some are less experienced, and you need to know this before you start to target your audience, so you need to know how old they are. Now you also need to know if there is a gender bias. Is your perfect client a male or a female, or does it even matter? You have to know this because there are differences. And you need to also know what is their relationship status. Are they single? Are they married? Are they in a relationship? This is all very important, because if they are married, then their spouse can actually have a buying decision, have a power to make a buying decision, or influence the buying decision. And if you know this, you can address these things in your sales messages. So you need to know if your perfect client is single, married, or in a relationship. You have to know all these things. Now, the next thing that you need to know is, where do they work? Do they work in an office or in a factory? This is very important because this will help you identify their income, because you also have to know what is their average income. Why is this important? Well, because you need to know how much they make in order to know how much they can actually spend on your products or your services. If you're a product creator, then you need to know how much money your audience can spend on your products, because this can actually help you create your pricing strategy. So this is very important. You have to know how much they make. Now, the next thing that you need to know is, where do they live? You know, do they live in a city or in the suburbs or in the countryside, you know? Because again, this also determines their lifestyle, you know, how they live and what do they need, what do they want, you know. So the more you know about your target client, your target customer, you know, your perfect customer, the better, because the better your marketing message will be. Because the more you know them, you know, the better you can adjust your message to their needs. Okay, so this was a basic customer profile. Now you also need to create an emotional customer profile. Okay? And here are the questions. The first question that you need to answer is, what do they really want? You know? What are their needs, their desires, you know? You have to find this answer, you know, and just take 10 minutes and brainstorm, you know? Put yourself in their shoes and try to find out what are their desires. Then you also have to identify what they don't want in their lives, you know. What do they want to get rid of, you know? And also write this down. Just take the time and try to figure it out. Put yourself in their shoes. Okay, now also try to find out the 3 things that they want and that your product can actually help them achieve. This is very important because this will help you creating your sales message later on. Then you also need to identify their biggest frustration, you know, their biggest problem, because this is something that you will try to solve. You know, you will try to get them closer to solving this problem and reaching their goals. This is how your marketing will look like. You know, you will try to get them closer to what they want, and you will be building this relationship along the way, you know. And this is very important because this is how marketing works these days, you know. The old school marketing doesn't work anymore. You can't just put out sales message after sales message and hope that people will buy from you, because they won't. You need to create this rapport first. So that's why you also need to know who your perfect customer is, because the better you know them, the better you can communicate with them and the easier it is to build this rapport. Okay? Now, the last question that you need to answer is, what are they afraid of regarding going after their dreams? You know, why don't they go after their dreams, you know? What is holding them back? What are they afraid of? This is really important because this is standing in the way between them and you and them buying your products, you know, because they have this fear. Maybe they're afraid that they can't do it, or maybe they're afraid that that it's not possible. You know, you need to know what are their fears, because if you know what they're afraid of, then you will know how to communicate with them, how to address these issues, how to address their fears, and actually help them get rid of these fears, you know, and make that step further to achieving their goals, you know, and of course, buying your products. Now, this is how you actually create your perfect customer profile. And below this video, you can actually download a template that will help you create this customer profile. You know, just print it out and, you know, brainstorm and answer these questions and write them down on a piece of paper. So that's about it. If you like this video, make sure to come back, you know, for another one.